Namaste, my friend. You had a wonderful question and also a statement that we should address first before we start the journey. What about when we have to stop learning the Eastern wisdom? What is that criteria or the state when we have to stop learning the Eastern wisdom? Simple answer, you have the self-knowledge. What is that self-knowledge means? You live in peace, happiness, love and joy 24/7. You are one with the real self. You have a permanent state of happiness, love, truth and wisdom. Second, you end the suffering. What is that? You don't experience any kind of suffering in life. You can meet the challenges that is changing every day in the world outside that does not impact you at all. That does not impact you at all. Understand that is very important. Now, understand another way, another way to understand is that you have a sense of fearlessness. You have no worries at all. As you sent an email that let me continue because festivals are coming until, so it means you already have a fear, but that fear is not manifesting outside. So it means the first level of peace, happiness, love and wisdom has settled into your mind. But still there are fears, there is a sense of worries, what is going to happen in the future. And that is the problem. It means our mind is not fully settled. Do you still have the idea of a blame, complaint, reaction? Do you still have the fear of the death? We have to continue the journey. Simple. How long we have to continue the journey? We need to continue the journey of self-discovery or Eastern wisdom. I am answering that question in a simple way. Are you totally free from the fear of death, fear of worries, fear of stress, fear of relations? There is always an inner calm in the poise that continues throughout the day. You are not at all worried about any situation, condition, relations, failure, frustration. You are done. Why you are done? Because you have found the real self. But what it has to do with the real self? The real self is free from the fears, worries, anxiety, duality, conflict, and the suffering. Did you understand? So that you have to check yourself. It is not me, it is you have to. You have to check and you have to take a decision. Second point that we need to understand, these sessions or these lessons are not the goal. Your awakening and abiding in peace are the goals. Abiding in peace, fearlessness are the goal. Did you understand that point? So you have to check every time and you have to raise a question to me that where I still have those fears and anxiety. Attending this session is not a big deal. I can complete the entire journey of Eastern wisdom only in one session. So the first point to understand that you are clear now how long we need to continue. Second is, these sessions are not the goals that you have attended 5 sessions or 50 sessions or 10 sessions. No? You have attended 5 or 50 or 100 sessions. That is not the goal. Goal is what? Are you abiding in permanent peace? Are you abiding in permanent happiness, love, joy? Not impacted by any situation, relations, people, incidents. Why? Because the real self is of the nature of, it's of the nature, it does not contain the worries. Who will experience you? So who will experience you? So if you experience, we can say stop the sessions. If not, decision is yours. When the outcomes of the self-knowledge are steady in your life, steady, I'm using the word, attendance is no longer necessary. Until then, keep walking the path with sincerity, openness, clarity, commitment. You have to think every day. Make a program. What I said, at least every day, you every day ask questions. Every day, you ask yourself, am I fearless, no worries on one hand, and permanent happiness in the joy on the other? Finished. So where lies the problem? Problem lies, imagine a traveler searching for water in the desert. Until he finds and voices, he keeps moving, thirsty and persistent. But once he discovers a clear spring and quenches his thirst, wandering further is no longer necessary. Such is the journey towards the self-knowledge in Eastern wisdom, called as art. Art means awakening. realization, and transformation. Third point. Again answer, how do you know that you have arrived? You may leave these sessions when your inner landscape matches the following signs. What are those signs? I'm just making it clear. So you have to check it. You have to check it. What are those signs? Inner peace like a deep ocean. Deep ocean. So that you don't worry about the future. Joy and love that flows from within. The sky holds the think of a lamp that shines light by its own nature. When happiness, love, joy radiate from you without needing anything from outside, the lamp of wisdom is lit in you. You are already there. Say bye-bye. Freedom and fearlessness like the sky. Fearlessness and freedom are like the sky, has no limit. Do you have that feeling? Are you aware of that state? You are done. The sky holds no limits and fears no clouds. When you feel free, poised and courageous, untroubled by risk or uncertainties, you are one with your true self. We are understanding the answer of the third step. Every day you ask yourself, am I fearless? No worries. Or, how do you know you have arrived? No fear of the death like a river meeting the sea. You will experience a river doesn't fear merging with the sea. It finds its true home there, inside. When you have that experience, you say goodbye to the Eastern wisdom, goodbye to the meditation. When the idea of death no longer frightens you, but feels like a natural merging, you have recognized your eternal nature. You are like a river and still moving towards an ocean without any fear, frustration, or failure. Every day, no movement of blame and complaint, like the sun, impartial to all. When you have to stop learning, you have to find out these are the criteria. Session is not the goal. Are you clear? So, the sun doesn't choose whom to shine upon. Living without blame, complaint, or judgment. You move with a grace and equanimity through all the life situations. Outer situation may be challenging, may be favorable, may be unfavorable, and your inner core is not changed. You can stop that. Freedom from the duality. Little complex, but you can understand. Like the gold in different ornaments. Freedom from the duality. What is that? Gold remains the gold, whether shaped as a ring or a bracelet. You see unity in every situation, condition, relationship of changing forms, unshaken by the unseen or failure. praise or blame. If these qualities have become steady in you, again I'm saying, if these qualities have become steady in you, you no longer attend sessions out of need, but perhaps out of joy to help others. But now you attend these sessions to help. How you help others? You express, you think, speak, and act in your life. You help others. You help others by your presence. So, by your presence, I will tell you, by your presence, daughter is happy. By your presence, your daughter is happy. Your son likes to ask for an advice, and you give right, good, and proper advice, free from attachment, aversion, and blame and complaint. Is it possible that is the way I have been doing with you? Are you getting it? Oh, yes, I'm getting it. Yes. So, do you see, you no longer need the session, but, but, you are ready naturally to help others by your lifestyle. You have reached there. You no longer need those sessions. These sessions are like a raft. You needed to cross the river, but once the far shore, you need not to carry it further. Where you will still find yourself, you still find yourself you need not to stop lessons when. What are those indications? But if you still find yourself caught by anger or sorrow like a leaf tossed by the wind, doubting, anxious or fearful as the night before the dawn, blaming, complaining, or feeling divided within, the journey continues. Mindfulness and meditation is only one but significant part of the journey of the Eastern wisdom. But we have to apply these knowledge in our daily life so that there is a cognitive change. What is that cognitive change? ABC, what is that? It brings a change in your attitude, A, behavior 2, conduct 3. So ABC is not controlled. ABC is not controlled by what I said. ABC, attitude, behavior, and conduct, not dictated by fear, worries, death, and a long list of all the negative emotions. I'm answering, you need not to stop the lesson when. Okay. The classes are the tools, not the destination. Understand, pay attention. You have to pick up all the 4 points again and again. The classes are the tools, not the destination. Like a map, they help you reach your home. What is the home? The peace, the joy, and the freedom already within you. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? And if you get it, these 5 points, you have to keep in your mind every time you attend a lesson. Why? So that you understand where you are, how you are, and everything has changed from the surface to the depth. And if that is happening, you are already there. So just understand these few factors which will help you understand. Otherwise, you will again blame and complain. How long I have already answered in the previous lessons. I need not to think of those. So you see, like a traveler who finds the spring, you stop searching when the thirst is gone. Like a lamp, if your joy shines from within, you do not need to seek it outside. Did you get it? Yes. You become, the sessions are a raft, use them until you cross the river. Then walk freely if storm shakes your mind. You thirst for understanding. Let the oasis of wisdom support you until your inner well is full. That is your. So you see this in the 6 points, I made it clear. Find where you stand. Where you stand. The false I or the real I as an experience daily 24/7. When it happens, I told you, like the traveler who finds the spring, you stop searching when the thirst is gone. Like a lamp, if your joy shines from within, not only for you, but for everyone around you. Everyone around you. Sessions are nothing but the raft. Use them until you cross the river. Then walk freely. Awakening is not about attending or leaving the session. It's about standing firmly in the freedom of peace and that you are the true nature. When to stop beyond the session. Observe your inner condition. Is peace constant even during the life storm? That is what we have to pick up and understand that. Then what happens? The life now is totally changed. When the life has changed, you are in a different set of, not only the mind, you are in a different set of life, and that life speaks volumes. That life speaks of volumes. So the first thing that I made it clear, now come to the brief practice of poise in the wise to check. Your mind says, I'm already there. So eyes are closed. Presence, I told you. Do you still remember? Poise, presence. Presence means you notice. Notice means you are noticing not only the body, you notice the body, me feeling, position, place, and you notice also your thoughts, feeling, and emotions. They'll enter into the practice naturally anytime, anywhere. Have feeling, you feel the sensation and comfort and steadiness in the body. And in that state, you notice your thoughts, feeling, and emotions. You simply observe without judgment or trying to change them. Don't change them. Just notice. Notice how the mind jumps from the past to regrets to future worries, often missing now. Ask what I'm experiencing right this moment. You just just check this. You notice what I'm saying, what I'm experiencing at this moment. It is this self-awareness, good, bad, high, low, nothing to worry, good or bad, high or low. Reflect. Recognize that when you are deeply present, peace naturally arises in the background of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Am I going little deeper into the practice? The answer is yes. You can compare while doing the practice this one and the previous one. Oh, yes. So, what happens inside when you just watch without naming the things good or bad? You are not naming, you are not labeling. You are not labeling. A thought of worry you don't label, so you are in a present. A thought of worry, for example, a thought of worry, you don't label one and you don't identify. When you don't identify, you are in the first step, what is known as the P. The P means the presence. Now we will move to the second step. Where is the second step? Internally, the moment any thought, feeling, and emotion, say mentally to whom? To yourself. What? In what? In presence. In presence means in self-awareness. Oh, yes, you have been saying that, but I'm making it little deeper. What you're saying? Oh, this is a thought, or this is a feeling, this is a feeling, or this is an emotion of good or bad, whatever it is, a thought of sadness and anxiety is here. You just say it mentally. A thought of pleasure is here. But I'm not that feeling. I can watch it. Are you doing it? Any thought. Experience. What is that? Experience is, it is a thought with an object and knowing that thought and object. Clear? Like mind says, I am in anxiety. So the anxiety is an object. The whole statement is a thought. Whole statement is a thought. And you instantly say, mentally, this is a thought of anxiety. Anxiety is an object. I am not that thought. I am not that feeling. I am separate from it. Why? Because I am not a thought. Because I am not a thought. You say, I am not a thought. So anything comes, good, bad, high, low, don't worry. Just continue saying it. So by saying it, what it means? You separate your identity from the passing thoughts. You separate your identity like the river flowing separates its identity from the rocks, fish, and other objects. Am I clear? Am I clear or not? If I am clear, then you are also clear. You are also clear. Practices should not be a burden in your life. If practice is a burden, you have not changed. Notice how you often fused with the emotion as if I'm anxious, now the sense of distinction. That is what the observer is. O word, O letter in the poise. And now feel the subtle peace of witnessing your mind like a river, like a flowing river, instead of being swept away by it with the rocks and objects present in it. Who is noticing these thought, feeling, and emotion? The real you. It is the real you. Can that happen all the time? Can that happen all the time, in all situations, in all situations, in all conditions, in all relations? We are done. So now we will move to the third point, third step, that is to investigate the flow. Or we can, I said in the previous practices, it is observer, the observer in the in the second step becomes steady, It is always with you. It is always with you is a witness or the I letter. You watch the thoughts, feeling sensations arise and pass. You are, the observer becomes a witness when you see, you feel, you know, you experience thoughts, feeling, emotions appear and disappear without disturbing you, without disturbing you, without agitating you. Am I clear? You are watching these thought, feeling, and emotions. That is the letter I in the POISE acronym. Observe how every emotion changes, often quicker than expected, as if you are watching a movie with many plots changing, replacing, and you feel the sense of the freedom. Peace isn't about fixing or controlling the thoughts, but seeing their temporary nature. Am I clear? So you see the temporary nature. You see. See means you witness at a deeper level, and an observer at the primary level. That we have done at primary level. What? You see the witness. And we witness at a deeper and observer at the primary level. What? All these thoughts, feelings, and emotions are temporary, incidental, changing, has nothing to do with me or you. And if that happens at this moment in the practice, you have a sense of the freedom. In that freedom, in that POI, I told you, in that you have a sense of the freedom, and you, in freedom you find, or I would say your mind recognizes the space. If you experience the vastness of your inner awareness, you see the rocks and objects in a river, and you see the river along with the rocks and the objects. Is there any difference? There is a hell of difference. When you see the river with the rocks, you become the river, not the rocks and objects, not the thoughts, feeling, and emotions. Are you getting it? That is, even I would say it is a practice, and still it is a non-practice if you maintain that awareness. So what happens with that? You see the vastness of a river. That is the space, the letter S. Experience the vastness of your inner awareness, let thought, feeling enter and exit this space, but recognize they never disturb its openness. Can I say the rocks and the objects in the river do not disturb the river and its flow? Analyze. Sense that your deepest awareness is like the sky, always present, not disturbed by weather, by the birds flying in it, by the storm, by the storm. Did you understand? Again, I'm repeating. You are into that state. Sense that your deepest awareness is like the sky or a river. Is the river on the surface, not on the bottom? River is everywhere. Like the sky, always present. So it means the river is always present, deep inside, on the surface, on the surface, not disturbed by any object, big rock. River continues to be there. Same way, you have a deepest awareness is like the sky, my friend, always present, not disturbed by the weather. I'm taking a metaphor of the sky. By weather, by the birds flying in it, or by the storm. So the more you notice this inner space, steadier and happier you feel, and it has the power to bring a cognitive change. Cognitive change. Second, it has the power to remove the dirt and the dust in the form of fear, worries, buried deep inside. Just by doing this, yes, can you sense a clear, open space inside you, bigger than any current worry or fear or duality or conflict? What I'm saying? I'm saying, can you sense a clear, open space inside you, bigger than any current worry, fear, duality, or conflict? If you say yes, so in that space you simply drop Om Shanti with awareness, with absorption into the space. Or I would say, you simply see the space, say Om Shanti, absorb into the infinite space, white, and beyond all temporary, incidental thoughts, feeling, and emotions. What happens then? What happens? What happens one day? You will find the real self that remains untouched by any situation, relation, condition, incidents outside. When the thought or feeling arise, you are aware, Om Shanti. Now you need not to worry about any thought. Any thought, feeling arise, you softly affirm Om Shanti, I am peace. Feel that quality directly absorb into the infinite space, and you are free from incidental or the false nature, and you absorb yourself. How your system comes when you return to this fifth step. Embody peace, embody Om Shanti. You don't have to search for the peace now. When you reach to the fifth step in E, you are not searching peace. It emerges as you stay settled in the true nature. What is that state? What is the state? Oh, it is a state of awakening. So don't allow any thought, feeling, and emotions which are passing like the rocks and the objects in the river to disturb you, because you have found your real nature. The beauty is that once you find the real nature, it is irreversible. So that's another point. Session is not the goal. Your realization is the goal. So yes, realization that nothing disturbs you because you have found the real I is the goal. Attending session is not the goal, my friend. Did you get it? The kind of self-absorption is there, and you distinctly perceive the birds are totally different, independent, incidental in the sky. Nothing happens to the sky, nothing happens to you, the real you. So when we find it, when we experience it, when we live into it, when we think, speak, and act out of it, we are done. I'm telling you, sessions is not the goal. Where is the goal? I made it very clear. Just follow. Anytime any thought comes, you notice presence. Along with it, you observe. You become an observer. Next moment, you witness. So when you witness, it is not the thought and feeling is not dictating you. It is separate. You are deep inside, and then you see the space. And in that space, you have a chance to drop Om Shanti, and you are following that step without any pressure, difficulty, challenges in your life. And if that happens, you are done. So even after the practice, what happens? After the practice, I would say after the practice, the state does not change. Then you have found it. Eureka moment. Eureka moment, my friend. So every time you practice, you return your experience deep inside, always is like a river, not like rocks, like the infinite sky, not like the birds. I believe you are getting it. You understand what I'm saying. There is another way that you find the state continues. It is irreversible. It is irreversible. And if it is irreversible, you are there. Well, even if the state remains for few hours, one option. Second option is that when challenges outside are present, you move inside and enter into that Om Shanti. Second option is there. It means, we are progressing. There is a sign of the progress. One option. It is the second option. And I told you already the third option. And when you live your personal, professional, social, and the family lives, your mind returns internally to Om Shanti. That is the third option we have. So, what happens in any situation? Your mind returns to that state. So, you are able to handle the situation peacefully. You communicate peacefully. What happens then? What happens? You deal with the situation in peace, joy, happiness, love. Come whatever the situation is, whatever it is. Then there is another state where the mind naturally continues to say Om Shanti. Poise is there all together. That is your fourth option. Now, the mind does not want, like, or blame, complain, react, no fear at all, no fear and frustration, no worries. Do you see? That is the fourth option. Presence is there. Presence is there. Observer is there. Witness is there. Space is there. Om Shanti is there. It doesn't mean that the other thoughts are not there. They are, then let them be there, but you are not at all. You are not at all worried about them. You are not at all worried about them. And if you are not worried about them, then you know, see what happens then? You're not worried about them, then what happens? You are free from the fears, failure, and frustration. You're just living into that state. Just living into that state is more important than Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand gently. Bring your mind on the left hand gently. Bring your mind And both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. And know that state, stay there for a while. And enjoy that state. That state has to be there 24 by 7. Thank you. Namaste.